saw a microbiologist today. He was much bigger than I expected. Welcome to Shave&Butcher, where today we're doing a comparison shave on the head with the leaf razor and the ShaveNT. So US, or is it Canada? I think it's the US versus Europe, sort of Germany designed in Italy. Both are loaded with 3 half DE blades, feather something, can't remember, which is not usually how I do it with a leaf. I usually have 2, and going forward with the ShaveNT I think I'll have 2 as well, but 3, so sort of the way you're supposed to do it. Head shave only. So for a head shave, if I only do the head, I use a cream typically. This is my favorite. This is from Bulgaria. It's called Viking cream. Nothing wrong with using a proper soap and a brush for the head, obviously, which I sometimes do, but for a head shave, I'm going to show you how we carry it out on a normal Monday. So just get the head wet. A few days worth of growth actually, so I'm taking a bit more cream than I usually do. Oops. Dirt. It's important to clean the head first. I did actually. That's from a t-shirt or something. Yeah, so for head shaves I do a one pass shave, essentially with the grain. I shave the way I have been shaving for the last, 17 years, roughly, 17 and a half years. I started shaving my head with a Mach 3 razor, and then Gillette Fusion, whatever next thing they came up with. And basically all the cream needs to do is to be massaged into the hairs so that they become a bit harder, a bit brittle. So you can do that with any soap really. You can shave your head if you're not going multi-pass and against the grain and that sort of thing. You can shave with a hand soap, but you shouldn't. You should have something purposely manufactured for head shaving. Now this thing is aggressive, and I've been getting a bit of, cutting off molds and stuff like that. I've been using the leaf razor for a long time, for a year and a half, 2 years on a daily basis. This is fairly new, but I have quite a few shaves in it. So I'll do half the head, 1 pass with this one, other half 1 pass with the leaf razor. So there's a video introducing this thing, but it's basically, it's a pivoting head. You replace the blades, so you're only using steel, which sometimes is recyclable. Now this thing has been really aggressive. Sometimes because I've loaded it incorrectly, and sometimes because I probably push a bit too hard. But I'm gonna shave the way I always shave, and I have the mold there. We'll see if I break it. Never had that issue with the leaf razor. The leaf razor has just been altogether generous when it comes to cuts. I've cut myself with it, but that's been totally user error. Anything that cuts hair, it can damage your skin for sure. So I'm trying to apply less pressure than I would with a cartridge. I mean, what this razor is, and both of them, what they are, in my humble opinion, cartridge replacement alternatives for head shaves. I'm not going to use this on my face, and I'm not going to do fancy shaves with it. I'm going to use it just like I usually do a cartridge. So these are head shaver cartridge killers for, you know, for stuff on the head. You can also use them to shave any part of your body that you would otherwise use a lady razor, or you see. So I usually go the whole head, but I'm going to go half the head. Just see where I am. I don't want a BBS type shave, a baby butt smooth shave. I just want something clean. So I go once and then I do pickups if I need to. And yeah, surprisingly pretty brilliant actually. I got something. This thing is aggressive, it really is. I've heard people say who've used both that this is a milder one. I don't find that. Let's see if I cut myself in the back. Felt like I did. Okay, so that's half the head with this thing. Very easy to use, pretty quick. I go slow now, very efficient. No real need for pickups if you pay attention. Okay, so leaf razor on the other half of the head. Try and get the blood out of the way. This really is, okay, I'm used to this. So it's a bit unfair, but it's easier to go more carelessly across with this thing, for me. I'm on the 4th use with both razors, I'm gonna say, you know, 3rd or 4th, whatever, close enough. When I have new blades, even if they're feather, so very, very sharp, I never have any issues with cutting myself with a leaf razor, but I do with the ShaveNT. They cut me just like a DE, a double-edged safety razor. Same thing, I cut myself on the head with it and the face. That's because I'm a bad DE shaver, but DE shavers require a bit of skill. These things, they're supposed to be, you know, straight out of the box, straight off the shelf. Don't have to think, sort of, just like a cart. To cut yourself with a cartridge shaver, you have to go sideways or press too hard or do something silly, basically. So, did the whole thing. I'm gonna feel, see if I need a pickup. Yes, I do a little bit. So I'll swap back to the left hand for the left side of the face. And that's pretty much it. So just rinse those out. Have a feel on the head. Feel what they feel like. So water on the head. Pretty much the same thing. Although there is a bit of blood back here. So I did cut something. And I don't have a bump or a mold. This damn thing is just more aggressive. But in terms of the end results, and you saw what I did, very much the same thing. Interesting. I'm gonna do a cold water shave as well. I'll do it down here. Feels very much, very similar. So in terms of efficiency, pretty much the same thing. In terms of, there is another video, I'll make a link where I load them, etc. And have I done that? I don't know. Anyway, maybe, I can't remember. It's been a while. Super easy to load. There's one screw. There's a feather in there. You open the screw, open up the lids, 1, 2, 3, pop in blades, 1, 2, 3, boom, close, and tighten the screw. Same principle here, but 2 screws, and the head is sort of loose, and there are pieces of metal you put in between the 3 blades to separate them a bit. More tricky, more finicky. I've made errors with this one, so a bit more difficult to load. In terms of use, very similar. In terms of weight, they're exactly the same. With 3 half DE blades in, they're both 84 grams. This is the original. Is this a copy? I'm not going to say that, but this came first. Both have pivoting heads, both do a job which is pretty much the same as a cartridge shaver, so a Mach 3 or a Gillette Fusion, whatever. I've used both for a while. I prefer this one. I definitely do. This is a winner for me. This takes a bit more time. It's a little bit trickier to load. Although it shaves the same way, I have to be more careful with this one. And this one is, in my opinion, more aggressive. But as I said, some people feel it's the other way. So if you want something aggressive and if you want to go against the grain, etc., you're going to have to find your own way. I can't tell you which one to choose. But for me, just a quick-go cartridge killer head shaver on the run, the leaf razor is the winner over the ShaveNT. That's it. I'm gonna have to stop the bleeding with a bit of chemical use, I think. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon and stay sharp.